Another match day live. We are getting ready for the players to arrive here to face Brentford in the Premier League. Let's hope for another big result today. Make sure as well you get involved in the YouTube chat. Let us know your score predictions and all your thoughts ahead of kickoff. As we can hear, the fans are delighted to see the players, and I'm very excited to be joined by some fantastic people because we've got a very important campaign today. So first of all, Mark Armstrong, welcome to the show. I want to know why the red campaign is so important, and to everyone at home, what is it?
First, it's hard with all this noise, but I'll try. Look, we're incredibly proud for the second year in a row to be working with Snapdragon and with Red. It's a fantastic partnership with Snapdragon, and as part of the deal, once a season they get to hand over the front of the biggest shirt in world football to a charity of their choice, and to work with Red once again and Kate and the team. Incredibly important fight against global health injustice, something we're very proud of, and we feel a lot of responsibility. It's such a big club and one of the biggest brands in world sport to do something like this to make a real difference.
And I am so grateful that I get you three as my pundits today for the start of this show. It's great having a conversation with you all. And Kate, it'd be great to ask you, within your role as well, what is the core message of Red, especially for people that haven't seen it before? Because it was a great campaign last time and we got to spread the word so far, haven't we?
Yeah, thank you. It's just such a privilege to be here, and thanks to Snapdragon and Manchester United. We're here to end HIV and AIDS. We bring brands, the most iconic brands, together and partner with them to health and justice around the world. So we're here, we're so close to ending HIV and AIDS, but it's still a big problem, so we need the power of sport and the power of community to come together and help us end it.
And Don, what a better way to spread that message than to have Red on the biggest global football club in the world.
Somebody big is coming.
It is, yeah. We've got, as we said there, you've got players like Casemiro, players like Diogo Dalot here that are going to be wearing this message. Yeah. This just shows how big this can become.
It's amazing. I mean, this piece of real estate is so coveted, and we're so honored to have it, have Snapdragon on the cover of the kit, all season long for multiple seasons. So giving this sort of gift to Red, to the cause, the mission, for one match, both on the women's and the men's jerseys, is such a pleasure and an honor for us, because we know the power of it and we know what it can do to not only create a moment but create a movement. So today is about that, and as Kate said, we are so close to ending this health crisis, and if we can just all get together and push a little bit harder, we can give HIV and AIDS the red card.
Yeah, we can. And then everyone who's at home as well, get in the YouTube chat as to who your favourite player is, because you'll get to see your favourite player today wearing that Red campaign on their shirt. It'll be incredible for you to see, so make sure you do that. And Mark, for you, when it comes to sponsorships, you think about it that this is the bigger picture here, because Snapdragon are such a unique collaborator of the club, where we get an opportunity here to pick a chosen charity, and that is the Red campaign, and that just shows the responsibility United have. Absolutely.
I mean, we are the biggest club in the world, we believe, and it is a responsibility to use the power of football to do good in the world, and I think it's something we will take very seriously, and as I said, very, very proud that we can help make a difference.
Yeah, we truly can. And something that is quite unique as well is that, and I'm so proud that you three are here for this matchday show, and you guys at home might not know this, is completely powered by Snapdragon technology. So when you see your favourite player arrive, when you see Michael Carrick arrive and all the rest of the wonderful staff, it's on these Snapdragon devices. Kate, this must be an extremely cool experience for you that you are part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a cool experience, and such an amazing part to just be a part of a brand like Snapdragon and Manchester United, and be able to just share this moment with them. It's so incredible. And you can actually go and purchase the kit. You can purchase the matchday orange shirts on red.org/Snapdragon. So check that out, because there's incredible opportunities to get involved and actually see that technology. The technology might not be there itself, but what it was powering is there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a very powerful chip. I mean, if you're into your tech, definitely check it out. And if you're into your gaming as well, it's all there too with the virtual reality headsets. We've used them many a time, and the players have. For you with this Red campaign though, Don, I mean, this is an incredible year because it's actually the 20th birthday for the Red campaign. So what a better time to promote this cause.
Absolutely. It's been 20 years of raising money and raising awareness, and what was started by Bobby Shriver and Bono 20 years ago has become this amazing sort of push for the private sector to get involved in really a global health problem. And so we're really proud to join the ranks of these amazing brands and to partner with Red. We've been working with Red for several years to find that right inflection point, and we found it last year with this match. And the brand ethos of Red and Snapdragon and Manchester United are so aligned, right? So when you can find that sort of perfect match, it really unlocks a lot of magic and a lot of excitement. So it's just been an amazing weekend. We look forward to the results on the pitch today, but also the results of this campaign and how we get action from people to push over the finish line.
And then Mark, for you as well, there are plenty of people all over the world that tune into this show. So the fans always love this. Put in the chat right now which flag you are from here, what nationality you are. I want it in the chat because people all over the world will get to see us using a sponsor's product, and that today is the Snapdragon technology. You guys can see it now. It is so powerful, and it just shows what great use we get out of these partnerships and why they're so important.
Yeah, look, this partnership is about so much more than a logo on a jersey. These guys are making a difference to the way we run the club, the way we deliver content to our fans. We're improving the content delivery to our fans. We're building a new tech hub, a tech studio, a Snapdragon studio at Carrington. We're going to use these guys to power our immersive experiences in the VR museum experience that we're launching this summer. It really makes a difference to the way we run the club, but crucially how we're delivering content to our fans. And as you said, our fans are all over the world. They're not just the ones coming here to the game. And the experience all over the world for our fans has been enhanced by what we do with these guys every single day.
Yeah, they do. And Kate, for you, if there is one thing that the supporters could learn from this campaign, what would it be?
That we can come together as a community. You know, everyone across the world can agree that ending HIV and AIDS and preventable diseases like this is something that we can do and something we can all agree on, and this is our opportunity. And you know, a small gesture, a small effort, a small activity from any member of the community and just the fans can go a long way. And so thank you for all your effort, and let's keep fighting.
Oh, well, and then with this message as well, it's the fact that it's on the front of the shirt here today on a huge game at the Theatre of Dreams, and it must be a dream for the Red campaign, for Snapdragon, to see it here on such an iconic venue, Don.
Yeah, and especially today. I mean, this is a big match. There's lots of energy with Manchester United being on the precipice of the Champions League once again, and so that's really exciting as well. Adds an extra layer of excitement to this. But I was going to say, you know, technology can be the great equalizer, right? So access to technology can provide education, information, and also help people get the treatment that they need, or at least get knowledge to help them understand their healthcare situation. And so if we can actually help in that just a little bit more, we've done our job. And so that's why we're so excited to be integrated into this program. It's not just about the brand, as Mark said, or even the brand on the shirt. It's about what we can do through our technology and through the work that we do every day and the 55,000 plus Qualcomm employees around the world to make a difference. And so that's what's really, 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 really exciting about this.
Yeah, it can. We've got a huge digital audience that will want to get involved in this and learn so much more. Don, I'm going to come to you. If people want to find out even more information about the Red campaign, more than what we're giving them right now, how do you think they can go about that?
They can do things as simple as tag their posts with #RedForLife. They can go to red.org/Snapdragon, and they can find out everything about the campaign, where to get merch, how to bid for the worn jerseys. We like to raise a lot of money from that. So there's lots of ways to get involved. We have lots of signage here on stadium, on site, with QR codes, things like that. So there's lots of ways to get involved. But if you could just repost and post and like, you can donate. Right, you can make a comment about how you feel, if you've been affected or your family's been affected, or you have some sort of story you want to share. Please do that because it really does take conversation and socialization to make a difference. So there's lots of ways to get involved. Please do. We're hoping that you do. That's why we do this.
It is why we do it. You're completely right. A dear friend once told me that the football world can really, truly make a difference. So make sure you check out this campaign, get involved with it, and you'll see it on the shirts, as I said today, on a global stage. And as a reminder, this show is filmed on Snapdragon technology. thanks to some of these people here. It is great to get you closer to the action than you have ever been before. So no matter where you are in the world, you get to be close to these wonderful Manchester United players. But now that is it for the player arrival. But we've been busy capturing all of the content at Carrington, so much so we've decided to get the inside scoop on the barbershop. So take a look at this.
He's just bored because he doesn't want to play cards with me.
Thanks, Benjamin Sheshko. Thank you for the kind words.
His name... Cowboy, yeah.
Yeah, sick, I really like that.
This guy is inviting me for coffee at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
Like, come at 7:30, we do a coffee and then we go to training together.
Yeah,
sick, that.
yeah. But
That's really cool, that.
his name... It's like a cowboy, yeah.
Yeah, sick, that. I really like that.
And this one's good. I need to think.
Is it the same guy that did? Same guy?
Yeah, it's a guy.
I had a tattoo a couple of weeks ago and it got infected.
Got infected?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know, I think it's because they put like a skin on it. I took it off and I think it's like it aggravated it. This one on the back of my arm, it went all like horrible, so it's not healed very well. Does that guy still come to your house to tattoo?
Yeah.
Where's he? Is he from? Did you say from Spain?
Yeah, from Spain.
I think I follow him. You know, I think I follow him on Instagram. Yeah, I remember because when I cut your hair once, he was tattooing you, wasn't he?
Darwin got tattoo with them.
Same guy.
Darwin.
Yeah.
And also Valverde.
Oh, okay.
He told me that
He's got good tattoos, Valverde, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know who's got really good tattoos? Victor Lindelof.
The thing.
So sick. His back piece.
Yeah, really good. He has to finish.
Yeah.
The back.
He's got like a little patch, hasn't he? This guy in music, one guy in Sweden, I think. Yeah.
I asked him if he wanted to finish, and he said yes, but not now. The thing is, after 3 hours,
Yeah.
it's painful.
Yeah. It's horrible, yeah.
Yeah.
How long did that one take, yeah?
This one was maybe 2 hours and a half, maybe.
Oh, okay.
We didn't know, but it did a lot of details. That's why.
Yeah. Did he design that, or was it?
Yeah, we designed both together yesterday.
Diogo Lino.
Sescolini.
You know that I invited him like 50 times already to come for the coffee.
Yeah.
For half an hour. Just to try the coffee that I'm drinking.
Yeah. What, here or?
No, here, like just at home. He lives, what, 2 minutes? Yeah, 5, let's say, give him 5.
It's like 2 minutes. Like 2 rows.
You know that the only bad thing about our friendship that we built is that he caught me and I caught him in very different stages of life, because I have children, I have kids.
Children, he says.
Children.
You know,
I have children. I have kids.
But that's coffee for half an hour.
Yeah, but this guy is inviting me for coffee at 7:30 in the morning.
yeah.
Like, come at 7:30, we do a coffee and then we go to training together. But at 7:30, I'm waking up my daughter. I'm getting her dressed to the school. I'm giving her breakfast. No, just come 7:30. 7:30, coffee in your house. I have to wake up 7. I have to do everything in 30 minutes. It's impossible. You understand me how?
My friends say exactly the same to me. And you know, when you've got kids, you know, if you don't have kids, you don't understand how much of a sacrifice.
Exactly.
You're like
Your social life. You still find ways to. But you know what I feel now? I enjoy a bit more when I do. Imagine we often go for meals. Often, yeah. But every time we went, I enjoy a bit more. Him, no, he just takes for granted, you see? Just one more meal.
And I want to play like cards with him. I don't know how you call this. Cards, yeah?
poker.
Yeah, not poker, but like just to keep entertainment, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't want even do this, you know?
And boring, imagine. I give interviews. I say you're an amazing kid. You want to do everything. And
No, but you're amazing as well. But just you don't want to play cards with me.
You're saying in front of the cameras that I'm lazy and boring.
No.
Thanks, Benjamin Šeško. Thank you for the kind words.
I didn't say he's lazy. He's just boring because he doesn't want to play cards with me.
Yeah, brat. I played cards when I was 15. A lot.
Brate, cards doesn't mean that you're 15.
Yeah, but
You build the connections even more.
we can do a bunch of other things.
Like?
Don't
You know what? You bond. Talk. This is like a good bonding session. Want a haircut?
Yeah, you're like our.
Let them know.
You look like our psychologist. You know those couple therapies. Yeah, this is what
There's a new series on Netflix about that.
Yeah.
It's actually just couples that are about to break up and they go to therapy.
But that's just for the show. You think they go there just to
They definitely.
to recouple?
They definitely get
They go there to get famous.
Or maybe the act, they're gonna break up. But basically, all for the fame.
If I've invited you for a coffee at 7:30 in the morning, Ben Thornley, would you come with me?
I'd be there. Yeah.
Good lad, you've got the opening of an envelope.
I would.
You? Absolutely
I would,
the case. Right, time for some Manchester United team news. 2 changes for Michael Carrick's side. Harry Maguire returns after his suspension. He comes in for Nous Mazraoui. No place in the squad today for Matheus Cunha. He's replaced in the side by Ahmad. No place on the bench for him either. So we'll find out a little bit later from Michael Carrick exactly what's gone on there. One more notable inclusion, and that is Patrick Dorgu, who makes a return to the substitutes bench. First time he's been involved with a matchday squad since the 25th of January. Team in full for Manchester United. Senna Lomans in goal. Luke Shaw, Aidan Heaven, Harry Maguire and Diogo Dalot make up the back 5. Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo in midfield. Casemiro, who's in the best scoring season of his entire career. 8 Premier League goals for him so far this campaign. Bruno Fernandes, who is 3 assists away from writing his name in the Premier League history books. If he can make it to 21, that would be the best ever return from a single player in a single Premier League season. Brian and Burma, we think, probably wide left. Ahmad wide right, with Benjamin Šeško through the middle. Ben, 2 changes. One that I think we were expecting in Harry Maguire. I'm not sure we were expecting Matheus Cunha to not be involved.
No, it's a real blow. Obviously, it was something that the manager must have been a little bit concerned about, a small injury perhaps, and why risk him if there's an opportunity to just rest him for this game, and hopefully he'll be okay for Liverpool. But he is a big blow. Yeah,
just the energy that he brings to the side. So somebody else is obviously going to have to step up and try and deliver that energy. Benjamin Šeško starts up front again. He has the best goal scoring return of any of Manchester United strikers if you base it on goals per 90 minutes. He's running a goal every 2 games, which is the best of any of a Manchester United player this season. In fact, he's scored more goals as a starter than he has off the substitutes bench as well, Benjamin Šeško, and they could really do with him doing the same again this evening.
Yeah, they could. We know that it's going to be a really tough game against the Brentford side that get in and about you. They're aggressive, but they've also got players that can hurt you. What we need from Benjamin Šeško, playing in that more central position, is be able to hold the ball up and bring other players in, make runs into the channels, just make life genuinely awkward for these 2 centre-backs of Brentford.
I've just mentioned it as well. We haven't seen Patrick Dorgu since he scored that incredible goal against Arsenal on the 25th of January. He's been working his socks off to get himself ready. He gets a place on the bench tonight, and for the last 4 games of the season, 5 games of the season, to have Patrick Dorgu back for Manchester United will be a huge boost.
Yeah, and especially the Patrick Dorgu that left us after the Arsenal game when he unfortunately pulled that hamstring. But he's back now, gives Michael Carrick another option in these final few games. But it's great to have him back for the run-in.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So 2 changes for Manchester United. In come Harry Maguire and in come Ahmad as they take on Brentford here at Old Trafford a little bit later on. Right, enough of us 2 rabbiting. Let's get you down pitchside with the people that you want to hear from. Sully's with Wes Brown and John O'Shea.
Yeah, thanks to Liam and Ben. Welcome to pitchside here at the Theatre of Dreams, and we cannot wait for the kick-off now. Not long to go before we see the Reds take to the field against Brentford. Conditions really good, although it's been so sunny all day here in the northwest. A lovely day, and as soon as Shazy, Wes and myself get pitchside, the rain starts coming down. But I'm sure all of the lads who take to the pitch later will be enjoying that slick surface. I know Wes and Shazy certainly did enjoy when they were gracing the hallowed turf. So the team news is in. Let's get the lads' thoughts on that first and foremost. Shazy, great to see you. Harry Maguire back at centre-half. How big a boost is that?
Listen, it's a big boost. The level of performance he was shown, the leadership he was shown, it's just all round importance to the team. It's great to have him back, hopefully now for the remainder of the season, and show that consistency. And listen, he's showing what a fantastic leader he is on and off the pitch, and great to see him back. And listen, he'll be important tonight because Brentford, as we know, with their set pieces, will have plenty of challenges for Harry tonight.
He'll play alongside Aidan Heaven, who keeps his place after a brilliant display at Chelsea.
Yeah, listen, I think Hayden's done well every time he's been in there, but we needed a big performance from him against Chelsea. He certainly did that, and he'll be looking to try and stay in there till the end of the season now, but he's got someone there with confidence and experience in Harry Maguire who can help him out a little bit more tonight as well. So I think it's a little bit stronger than we have been. We need Harry for his aerial combat and some of these set pieces that Brentford could throw at us. So it's just good to see him back, really. It was silly, Reds. Silly, 3-game ban for me, but hey, you get on with it, but he's back now.
It certainly is. Fullbacks and keeper remain the same. Shaw, Dalot, Lament, of course. Midfield three, which have worked so well together. Casemiro, Mainoo and Bruno just ahead look fantastic. But there is a change in the forward three, isn't there, with no Matheus Cunha. We'll try and find out more information on that when we can. But it does mean both Ahmad and Mbermo start with Šeško through the middle. How does that affect the shape, Shazy?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'd imagine Ahmad will go to the right-hand side, and Mbermo, listen, there's a fluidity there with the front three, and I think that's something that Michael has actively encouraged, I think, with the attacking players, that, yeah, there's a freedom to it, but also at the right time, stay in that compact shape and have that threat on the counter-attack. Listen, Brentford are going to look to do that tonight, but I think with United's pace, with Mbermo and Ahmed on the wings, on the flanks, I think that'll be a big threat to Brentford as well.
Certainly will be. And as Liam and Ben mentioned, so nice to see Patrick Dorgu back on the bench. He had just hit a brilliant spell of form before he unfortunately picked up the injury, including that goal of the season contender against Arsenal. So just nice for him to be back involved.
Yeah, it will be, and hopefully we see. Hope he gets some part of the play tonight. Like you said, before he got injured, he was in fantastic form. Moved up a little bit. You started to see the confidence in the player. And obviously he scores that great goal against Arsenal. But listen, we need all our best players back. So Michael will be happy that he's on the bench now, and hopefully can get some time if we're doing well in the game.
Yeah. Also on the bench, young Shea Lacey, who was involved with the under-21s yesterday at Lee. They beat Sunderland 3-2, so progressed to the next round of the playoffs. And what we've seen consistently throughout Michael Carrick's tenure is any of the young players who perform well at either 21s or 18s level do get an opportunity to either travel with the squad or just be part of the matchday squad, which, as to players who've progressed through our academy know very well, must be a great incentive.
It's a massive incentive, and I think the staff, Michael and the staff, most importantly, they've had their presence at all the games as well, pretty much. They've gone to watch the youth team, they've been at the 21s games, and they're fully aware, obviously. Listen, they'll be getting updates from the staff as well regularly too, but to have their own eyes on them and see them developing, and most importantly, the players realise then that they're going to get a chance, so that's huge motivation for them.
Certainly is. Speaking of the youth teams, we'll actually later on in the show hear from Darren Fletcher, our under-18s lead coach. Stay with us for that. But let's have a look at the table, shall we? Because after that brilliant victory at Chelsea, people have started to say, well, that's it, it's done, we're in the Champions League for sure now. It's not quite as simple as that. I think, though, I don't know what you two feel, but a win tonight and then we can start being a lot more confident.
Yeah, listen, you look at that, we're in a great position. It's as simple as that. Michael's, got us to third. But if you look below us, you have to look at Brighton, I suppose, at the moment, that have to do some work to sort of catch ourselves, Liverpool and Aston Villa. So, like you said, it's a big game today. We can get 3 points. I think you can say, right, OK, we've pretty much got a great chance of being in the Champions League. But for me, it's not about that as well. I think we want to finish the season well. Michael will want to finish the season well. There's a big tournament in the summer. Players are still trying to get match fit and ready for that as well. And they want to impress, but I still think, why can't we show how close we can get to Man City? You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's one of them. You just test. You have to test yourself all the time. You can't take your foot off the gas, because if you do, you'll see us slowly, come down that table. But listen, we've done brilliant to get there.
Yeah.
But now it's just ending it professionally, doing it in the right way, and just making sure we finish positive.
And with £3.1 million on offer per place in the Premier League, I mean, money talks, and that would be hopefully more money to spend in the summer on improving the squad.
Listen, without a doubt, and it's always been the case that if you can, you always want to finish as high in the table as possible, as high up. And listen, we've spoken about it, the battle for the European places, obviously the Champions League is the most important, but the way the English teams are obviously have a chance of winning some of the competitions, the Premier League could be, we were chatting about it earlier, they could be down to, was it 8th or 9th, maybe 10th place?
Certainly
could
down
be,
to 9th. I mean, Fulham might even
have a chance
qualify for Europe in
football,
10th if everybody wins their respective competitions.
I'm not sure about that, but hey.
Wait,
six get in.
I know. Let's look at the bottom briefly.
Crazy down there.
Where Burnley and Wolves confirmed relegation. Spurs, West Ham are really slugging it out. Forest aren't safe. Nor to Leeds really at the moment, but how do you view the last 4 games in the battle to avoid the drop, Shazy?
Listen, I think it's, when you look at Leeds and Nottingham Forest's form, you'd say those two are going to be okay. Tottenham getting that win at Wolves was crucial for them. If they hadn't have beaten Wolves, it was really looking like it's looking tough at the minute anyway, but if they didn't beat Wolves, you're probably thinking they deserved to head down. But when they got that win, and they just showed you with West Ham's late goal, it proved to be a big win for Tottenham, and they'll take a bit of confidence from it. But listen, they've had bad news again on the injury front too. So
with Xavi Simons, sad for him with the World Cup around the corner, and he's starting to play well for Spurs.
Listen, it's a tough one, but just shows the rootlessness of the Premier League at the minute. These teams fighting, you think of their squads and the quality players that they have. Crazy to think that they could be getting relegated.
It certainly is crazy to think that Spurs could be playing Championship football next season, but of course, still 4 matches left for themselves, 5 for us, including this one tonight. I'm sure a big influence in our midfield, as he has been all season, will be our Brazilian Casemiro.
Outswing and delivery, header comes in, and it's in the back of the net, and guess who? Casemiro from a corner gives Manchester United the lead. The Brazilian does it again.
Casa, we've had questions from every area of the globe for you, from supporters, but also many from England. I have to admit, the most common message that we've had is just a statement. It's 1 more year. I think you know it's coming. How does it feel when you hear the fans chanting that to you at Old Trafford?
La verdad que no hay explicaciones, y lo único que tengo que es agradecer, porque la verdad que estoy disfrutando mucho, no solo yo, pero toda mi familia estamos disfrutando mucho. Para nosotros es un honor escuchar el cariño de la afición. Mucha gente puede ver y pensar que solamente esos últimos meses, sobre todo después del anuncio, pero lo único que tengo que agradecer que desde el primer día que llegué aquí, la afición conmigo y con mi familia ha sido espectacular. Entonces, soy muy grato a la afición y el Manchester y la afición del Manchester me recordaré por toda mi vida. Bueno, la verdad que me siento muy feliz, sobre todo el cariño de la afición conmigo, el respeto que tiene por mí. Entonces, lo único es agradecer el cariño, porque está siendo muy emocionante. Quiero no llorar en el último día, porque está siendo muy bonito, está siendo lindo. El otro día mi mujer ya lloró de de la gente pidiendo un año más. Entonces, lo único que quiero es disfrutar de los momentos y decir que seré del Manchester United por toda mi vida. Los títulos. Para mí los jugadores que están marcados y se marcan son los títulos. Entonces para mí siempre cuando se gana título es muy importante ganar partidos, ganar importantes partidos, pero para mí son los títulos. Entonces me quedo con los títulos, los 2 que hemos ganado, hemos jugado 3 más finales, pero me quedo con los títulos. Esos son los momentos más importantes de la carrera de los jugadores y los momentos más importantes del club. No sé, no tengo que recordar así de asistencia favorita, pero a mí lo que me gustó fue una que he dado este año a Cunha, porque era un jugador que quería, un jugador que tengo un cariño muy grande por él y él quería abrir la contaje de los goles, ¿no? Entonces yo fui el primero a regalar a su asistencia y seguro que él recordará por toda su vida, porque él va a ser un jugador que va a marcar una época aquí en Manchester United y yo fui el primero a asistir a Cunha.
Fernandes, brought down by Casemiro. Casemiro through to Cunha. Cunha strikes it home. Mateus Cunha off the mark for Manchester United and gives them the lead against Brighton. Brilliant from the Brazilian.
La verdad que todas las celebraciones que hago es pensando y pregunto a mi hijo, quien elige es él, mi hijo que es un enfermo de fútbol y enfermo de Manchester United, lo ama el Manchester, y todos los días que salgo de casa pregunto a él qué celebración tengo que tener y esa de 6-7 empezó con él, pero a él le gusta una que hago así, que es estoy oliendo al gol, entonces me huele gol.
Any more celebrations planned? Has your son?
I need to ask for him.
Yeah, what a season Casemiro is having. His best goal scorer season for Man United. Nearly all of his goals get assisted by Bruno, who's on 18 assists for the season. We'll talk about him a bit later. But he's been brilliant, hasn't he, Casemiro? I know he, at the start of the year, announced that this would be his final season as a Red. But what a player. He will leave the club with his head held high because he's given everything he can whenever he steps out onto that pitch.
Listen, without a doubt, and I'm glad that it has for him, because he's been such an influential player throughout his whole career, won numerous Champions Leagues, been dominant, and for the United fans that are supposed to see the true Casemiro has been very important. And not only that, his goal scoring, his threat from set pieces has been incredible. At times in games when the team really needed something, listen, we talk about Bruno's deliveries obviously, but he's been the one very brave, attacking it, near post, back post, he's been brilliant to see, and he's a big threat, and hopefully he'll be the same again tonight.
As well as that goal scoring threat he has, his ability on the ball is superb, isn't it? How much would you have loved to play in a team which included Casemiro?
Oh, I mean, it would have been brilliant. I mean, I probably played against him at some point, but it just shows you at this age now to still be, you know, the quality that he still shows, it's unbelievable. So you sometimes got to think, wow, how good was he at Real Madrid? You know that, but you see the sparks, and I just love the commitment he does. You know, he drives people on. I like how he gets at his own teammates as well. Do you know if something's not right? He's an experienced player. He'll be telling him, you need to do better, come on, let's go. But you can see he's a true leader, and like Shays again, he gets you a goal, he's so good in the air, his technique, you know, even when he's running back, when he's defending, you know, you can see the legs are going to touch, but he still gets the tackle in. You know, the experience is still there. And like you said, he's been exceptional this year, and we're all going to miss him. You know, he's going to be hard to replace.
He is going to be very hard to replace. By the way, the stream is on YouTube at the moment as well, and we welcome viewers from YouTube. And a few people commenting about Casemiro's celebration, the 6-7. I'm not going to do it now because my daughter would, when she gets home, she would give me, she would be telling me off, put it that way. She says, over. Really embarrassing if I do it, but he gets that. It's his generational thing. He knows he's got kids himself. He wanted them to, he gets social media. He's kind of a very modern footballer, yet with his feet firmly planted in the past. He's traditional as well, and he knows his history. He came from a great football club in Real Madrid. He's got a great football brain, so great all-round character. Yeah. Is that part of him going to be almost as hard to replace in the dressing room as his ability on the pitch?
Without a doubt, that's been key because, listen, at times Michael, you can see probably Michael straight away when he's come in has basically gone to Casemiro and gone, listen, you're straight, you're going to be my guy type of thing, as well as Bruno obviously is what Harry's been for Michael. I think Casemiro, you can see the relationship they've had after games when Casemiro's even come off, and you see the celebrations together. It's been brilliant to see. Listen, obviously Michael's a coach manager now, but two midfield generals, the two of them themselves, so they got a great connection, and it's been brilliant to see. And I think Michael has definitely leaned on him massively, and rightly so. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, 100%. It's nice to see the balance with Kobbie, Casemiro and Bruno as the three in there. Looks really, really good, and they complement each other. How important is that the players you select maybe have slightly different skill sets but work as a pair or as a trio in this case?
And I think that with any manager, that's what you're hoping. Is it the right balance? And I think the good thing is, Bruno can be up and down. Bruno can pretty much be everywhere. But what will happen then is Casemiro will see that and get himself in the right position, along with Kobbie as well. But that's what you need, Sometimes you can have two of the best midfielders in the world and it doesn't work if the balance isn't right and the understanding's not there. And I just feel they have an understanding, and it's worked really well. And you can see that this season because I think it's getting the best out of everyone.
Yeah, it certainly is. Let's get the lads' thoughts on Brentford next. A Brentford staff which includes many of Shazy's friends, it seems, because a lot of the staff who've been walking past, you seem to know. Wes knows a few as well, of course, led by Keith Andrews, former Irish international. You probably have a good relationship with him, but what is it that makes them continue to overachieve? Because there were a few people who suggested when Thomas Frank left in the summer, Brentford might struggle. They'd lost Mbermo to us, thankfully. Lost a couple of other players, Norgard over to Arsenal, but have continued to achieve and possibly overachieve.
Yeah, listen, I think they've kept a great atmosphere amongst them, the spirit of the group. I think that's been key, and I think Keith has kind of lent on learning from obviously Thomas Frank, but obviously probably taking it up a notch now in terms of the quality and the consistency they've shown. Lots of draws recently. We were looking at it, some crazy.
5 in a row.
Yeah,
five draws in a row in the Premier League.
Listen, we hope that they don't get any points tonight. But listen, it's a big test for them. They thinking about European football, like you mentioned, for them to be thinking along those lines, it shows you how well they've done. And it's been a fantastic. Listen, you'd always argue whatever team wins the league should be maybe that manager should be manager of the season, but I think the two, if Michael probably had a full season, he would have been in the mix for manager of the season. But I think Keith Andrews, in fairness to him, if Brentford get into European football, has to be in the conversation for manager of the season as well. He's done incredible work.
He really has. That's a great shout, and he has done brilliantly. Before we chat a little bit more about the visitors, let's hear from their head coach.
Hi, Keith.
Hey.
Hi. Going back to Manchester United, Brentford obviously had some great results against United at home. Haven't won at Old Trafford in the league. And you're nodding because I think you probably know, since 1937. What is it about going to Old Trafford that's different? And is that something that's in players' minds about going there and breaking this hoodoo?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's a special place to play football. For sure, it's a special place to go. The history of the stadium and obviously the football club. And I think it's just in that bracket of clubs where you want to go and really test yourself as a player. The environment and the team that you're facing, but the individuals that they'll be coming up against. I think it's a really, really tough test for us. Team that's playing well, clearly. Michael's got on playing really good football, and they've obviously been very, very effective in what way he set them up over recent weeks and months. So I just think it's a game for us that we should attack. We should embrace the challenge of it. And you're right, it's been a while since we've been able to do that.
And you mentioned there it's a place where players want to go and test themselves. Do you as a manager think it's a place I want to go and test myself and be the man that breaks that run?
I do that every week, to be honest. I always want to win. I always want to set us up in a way that gives us the best opportunity. And I'm always very confident in who we are, what we do, what habits we have, which gives me that confidence, I suppose. So, I'd love that to be me.
And previous answer, you talked about Michael Carrick, and obviously Brentford beat Manchester United earlier on in the season, managerial change. When you looked at them and you've analysed them in the build-up to this game, what have you seen that's different that Michael Carrick's brought in tactically, mentally, whatever? What's different about this Manchester United now?
I think it's very evident that the spirit of the club and the spirit of the performances of what you would expect from a United team is there, really there in abundance. Probably very evident when they went 2-0 down against Leeds and down to 10 men, and they were able to control large parts of the second half. They've obviously got hugely talented players that can be deadly in moments, and I think those individuals are flourishing under Michael. There seems to be a real trust in what's in place, and it's really suiting the players that they have.
One of those players, Bruno Fernandes, is right at the heart of everything United do. I think it's 18 assists this season in the league. When you look at that, I mean, is it something you tell your players, if you can stifle him, if you can stop the ball getting to Bruno Fernandes, you almost effectively stop United the way that they've been playing?
He's a huge part of what they do, clearly. Very difficult to stop him for a full game, and if you do stop him, they have got some other pretty impressive players, one of which used to be here for a number of years. So I think that they're definitely not a one-pronged team in terms of how they attack. I think they've got different ways that they do that, but clearly Bruno Fernandes is a top player.
You mentioned Brian Mbeumo. Is he fondly thought of, well remembered here? Is it for a club like Brentford? Is it always good to see a guy like Brian go and get his move to a club like Manchester United and flourish as he has done on many occasions this season?
I think it's a great story for the club. Yeah, I think his time at the club, how he developed year on year, how he matured from a very young man into whatever he was, is 25 years of age maybe. I was here for a year of it, and then obviously left in the summer just as I was taking over. But that was probably always the plan, as long as the fee was agreed, I suppose. So I think it's a good example of what this club is, how they can develop young players into top players, because that's what Brian is, and I think it's a good story for everybody connected with it. And I have a lot of time for Brian. I think he's a tremendous player, and I enjoyed working with him last year.
Yeah, welcome back to the press box. We've got the Brentford team news for you, and it's really straightforward. No changes at all for Keith Andrew. Keeps exactly the same starting 11 as last time out, and you can understand why. They've been playing really well, Brentford, and they think that team's probably going to give them the best chance of getting something from Old Trafford as they look for a home and away win against the Reds for the first time. Kevin Kelleher in goal, and then a back four from right to left. Michael Coyote, Sepp van den Berg, Nathan Collins and Keane Lewis-Potter. They'll play 4-2-3-1, so it'll be Matthias Jensen and Yarmolyuk in midfield. Schade off the left, Ouattara off the right, and Damsgaard behind Igor Thiago, who has 24 goals in all competitions this season, 21 of which have come in the Premier League. And I tell you what, they are a difficult side to get to grips with, Brentford. They're full of energy, and they've got a big striker up front who loves to make a nuisance of himself, Ben.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Keith Andrews, first and foremost, I think he's done a fantastic job with the players that he's left that left the club to get them to this position, and they are a really, really good side, a proper established Premier League team with a little bit of everything. Players that can hurt you, like Thiago, who we were talking before, a big it reminds me big time of Diego Costa at Chelsea. You know, he's got that aggression to him, that real hustle and bustle that can fight you, but also the finesse of a really, really good striker, hence his return. But yeah, it's going to be an extremely tough game against a side that are going for Champions League football.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Both of these sides chasing down Champions League football. I think I agree with you about Diego Costa. He's just a little bit less temperamental, isn't he, Igor Thiago?
You didn't get much smile out of Diego Costa.
Not really. Not really. The problem that Manchester United will have is that Sepp van den Berg and Nathan Collins are really comfortable under a high ball, and that might be why Michael Carrick has gone with Benjamin Šeško today. Somebody to pin those two centre-backs as deep as they can and maybe create a bit of space in behind for the likes of Bruno Fernandes to operate in.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the reason why they're extremely good in the air, Collins and van den Berg, and they love an aerial challenge. But in Šeško, they've got a different proposition, as if it were Mbeumo playing there, for example. So that is something that I'm sure went into the manager's thinking.
Absolutely the case. Just a brief one about how Casemiro might be the key for Manchester United again today. Those set pieces, both boxes, defensively but also offensively, could be absolutely crucial. We've seen, haven't we, just how strong Brentford are getting the ball into the box from those set pieces. Going to need him today to try and nullify that, as well as causing a threat at the opposite end of the field.
Yeah, he's been excellent at that for season after season, but this year, as you pinpointed earlier, has been his best goal scoring season. He's fabulous in both boxes. One thing I will say is that Michael Coyote will not enjoy trying to take throw-ins at Old Trafford. He won't get the same elevation because of this dip, but we guarantee we will still need to be able to defend crosses.
Yeah, for those of you that might not know, it's quite a long way from ground level up to the pitch, and the gap between the touchline and the edge of the crown of that is only short, so nowhere near as much room to run up into. Right, okay, we shall get ready for commentary. Time for you to hear from Manchester United's under-18s coach Darren Fletcher. Did a brilliant job in interim charge a little bit earlier on this season too. The 18s in an FA Youth Cup final, and Darren Fletcher joined us on Inside Carrington. Here he is.
Of course, you had the opportunity as well to be the interim manager, which we were all so proud of you in those games. How much did you enjoy that moment when you reflect now? Because obviously when you're in it, it's probably quite hard to appreciate it.
Loved it. Loved every minute of it. Barring the results, which were unfortunate, I don't think we deserved. I thought we deserved to win both the games, if not definitely the Burnley game. But if I can put that aside, the responsibility was massive, but I enjoyed the responsibility. I loved every minute of it. I loved the occasions, I loved the games, I loved preparing the games, I loved speaking to the players. I look back now and just smile. But there is that little thing, I look at the results as well, because we're all winners, so that disappoints me, I'll be perfectly honest with you. But I knew what the role was. I knew it was there for 2 games, or 1 game, and then led into another game. It happened very, very quickly. And I just had to do the best for the club in that situation. I was given a responsibility, I was asked to do it, and it wasn't a position I ever thought I'd be in, but that was a situation that was needed, and I said I really, really enjoyed it, and what a privilege to lead and manage Manchester United for 2 games in an interim period.
I think if I take my MUTV commentator's hat off and put my Manchester United fan hat on, I think it's probably fair to say that there were no United fans out there that thought anything other than this is mint. We've got Darren Fletcher to come in here, somebody that knows the club inside out, somebody that we all, care deeply about as a player and what you won at this football club. So to have you at the helm for those 2 games, I think every fan thought the same. And I also think that every fan probably looks at that Burnley game and goes, how on earth do you not come away with 3 points from that? And that, funnily enough, that was Aidan Heaven's last start for Manchester United before the game against Chelsea that we've just had.
Wow.
And he's so unlucky to have for the own goal in that Burnley game, but you can see the quality. And look, I guess what I'm saying is that I think the fan base would say thank you for those 2 games, and not to worry about the 2 results that came, but just thanks.
Yeah, listen, no, I really appreciate that. It's lovely words. And again, it goes back to, you asked to do something and it's the best for Manchester United. That's all I've ever done. And that was my mindset at the time. Somebody's asked me to do something, like in all my roles at the club, somebody's asked me to do it. And yeah, no problem. That's the best thing for the club. I've been asked to take that responsibility. I do it. It's not about me. I said that to the players. It's about the players. It's about the best interests of the club. And the players were fantastic as well, because it is difficult circumstances. So I'm just delighted Michael's came in and won games, and the team are in the position they are in now. So, you know, if I've played a small part.
You set them up for that.
You set them up, exactly. You got the ball rolling. You said.
Do you know what? Just listening to you talk, Darren and Quinny, I'm sure you're the same, and it seems to be a theme in players of your era that everything that you do is for the badge. It's never for the individual.
Yeah, I think the most important thing was, it doesn't matter who gets the limelight. The most important thing is Manchester United win. And I've been there myself as a player. You adapt, you sacrifice, you do things in the game. Might not help me shine, but it helps the team win. That's the most important thing. And that's what we were built to do every day. We all knew our roles in the team. We all knew our responsibilities. We all knew what we had to do to help the club win, the club be successful and the team to win the game. And that was just inbuilt in us from the players, the manager. Everything was. It's not about individuals. It's about the greater good, and that's for the club. Quinny will tell you that as well.
No, it was great, because you almost like when you arrived, you forget about yourself.
Yeah.
It's all about the team. It's I remember Chucky once told me, and I don't know why he told me this, and I always remember this. He said the very core of Manchester United is humility.
Yeah.
And then you come in, you realise, oh my goodness, the way they work. The you know, you win the league, celebrate, boom, next season you move on. It wasn't you dwell on that. You keep going every day. The way you trained, it's it was so important. And humility was the core of that.
Yeah, great episode that with Darren Fletcher, who leads the under-18s brilliantly. They were so unlucky to lose on penalties to Crystal Palace down at Selhurst Park in the Premier League Under-18 Cup final, but they do have the FA Youth Cup final to look forward to. The under-21s are doing really well. I hope you caught the game with us on MUTV yesterday when they beat Sunderland 3-2 to progress in the playoff round of PL2. So things looking very good at youth level, Shazy. Have you spoken to Fletcher much about his role there, and how much he's enjoying it, and how much ability there is within his group?
Yeah, listen, he's obviously, Fletcher would have been aware of maybe potentially, because of his boys as well, the group and the group of players that were just behind that age group as well. And to have Fletcher leading that group, I think Wesel will back this up. Fletcher will be so demanding, and those players will be very thankful later on in their careers when they realise what Fletcher's been trying to drill into them. What he was talking about there in terms of your attitude, your sacrifice for the team, but then also you're not maybe going to shine initially, but you'll get the benefit of it further down the line, and it's crucial in youth development. And to have Fletcher leading that, I think, has been a very good decision.
Yeah, he's done really well, hasn't he? I mean, to guide the team to the Premier League Cup final and to the FA Youth Cup final, where we will face Manchester City. The date is TBC on that one, but we will let you know on our channels as soon as we do. And riding high in the league as well, although it was gutted to see him lose to Sunderland at the weekend. But for that team to be fighting on three fronts, whilst it's development football, and ultimately you'd rather develop one Kobbie Mainoo for the first team than win a youth trophy, arguably, but he's doing really, really well, and the players are learning so much.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Listen, Fletcher be setting a high standard. He knows what it means to get into the first team. Shazy knows what it means to come for the youth team, so do I. And you have to really work hard at it. You know, there'll be some excellent players on that team. But they're not quite there yet, you know. They're not going to just jump straight into the first team, and that's what it's all about. But you have to say, still in the FA Cup, Youth Cup. Yeah. I mean, all the teams nowadays do so much better than my team back in the day. You know, we sometimes didn't have enough players. You know, it just shows you how high the standard is now. And listen, at times Fletcher returns to keep the feet on the floor. You know, you're still in a learning process. But you've got to say, when you do watch them, some of the football they play, it's brilliant. And now it's just about, you know, getting this season out of the way. Can they win some trophies? And then next year, you know, you're hoping to put your foot in the door of the first team, whether it's a trip, you know, just get on the coach, go to the hotel, train with the lads a bit more. You know, all that is experience, and that's what the aim is for Fletch, to try and get these players to be able to do that. Yeah. And then it's about the players stepping up, but that could be in might not be next year, the year after, it could be the third year. But they have to take in all this experience to sort of carry on the journey first.
Yeah, we've got some really talented players in the youth setup, and if you've not been watching the 21s or the 18s with us on MUTV, then make sure you do in the future, because you have some brilliant games. Yesterday's 3-2 victory over Sunderland was a really good example. It was a fantastic game of football. Okay, lads are out there. The camera's picked out Harry Maguire on his way out there. Big game for Harry back in the team, isn't it now? And you've got no problems with him coming back after missing a few games, because that experience, that knowledge, the know-how in there is key for this team.
Listen, it's key, and it's also, like we mentioned, Brentford striker Thiago. He's just got his first few caps for Brazil. Yeah. He's confident. Harry will know that'll be a good test for him.
One of the players of the season.
Yeah,
Thiago.
and listen, he's bounced back from that crucial ligament injury, but Harry will know it's going to be a good test, not just for Harry, for the United's defenders, but also then to know that Harry's going to be there, especially for Coyotes, long throws, anything that Brentford are going to be throwing at Manchester United tonight.
Coyotes throws are unbelievable, aren't they? I mean, I've never seen anyone launch a ball into the box like him, Coyote. And it's not just his throwing, he's a proper athlete. He's up and down that right flank all day long. How key is he for Brentford? And what do we have to do to stop him?
Well, look, listen, we're going to have to look after him. We've got to try and get close to him to stop the crosses. But I think not just Harry, but with Aiden as well, I think two big lads there, really good at winning the ball. Obviously, Harry's got the more experience there, but the key is to stop the cross. It's as simple as that. Get as close as we can. If that's going to be their main threat, can we stop it early doors and make them try and do something different?
I think you're right about Mbermo starting on the left, because he may help defensively against Coyote.
Exactly.
Might be a decision based on his experience.
The best way to stop him is making sure when Mbermo's making him defend, isn't it?
Exactly,
and
that's make him go backwards.
Exactly. Make him go backwards.
Okay, we'll chat more in a moment, but let's head around the ground now and catch up with Zara.
Thanks, guys. So I am currently in and around the ground because I have bumped into the wonderful supporters club from India. It's quite a long journey to get here, but it is so worth it, because I've heard it's a special occasion today for you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's our 10-year anniversary. We started in 2015 as a Hyderabad official supporters club. We've got the official status from Louis Van Gaal, and then we started our journey, and now we are supporters of more than 100 official members every year, almost. And then, it's been a hard journey for us. And really excited here for the first match and celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And we just met Dennis Irwin over here. It's really exciting and excited for the match. I mean, I don't have any other words. So yeah, that's it.
I mean, this is an incredible day today for you all to remember. And you are right, Dennis Irwin has just met you personally. To have that recognition must be huge for you all.
Growing up watching all these players, it feels surreal. We were just talking a few minutes back, feels like a dream. And now that we are here, I think it'll all sink in after we are back, but it's amazing to be here. Yeah.
Will, and tell me how you started this supporters club. There must be so many members, lots of hard work gets put into this, mustn't it?
Sure, I think it all started off from a Facebook group, because a bunch of us used to watch footballs in our homes on TVs, and then somebody started a Facebook group saying, why can't you all watch the games together? It started off a small group of 5, 10, 15, and we grew. And we have like over 250 supporters that come to screenings and have an absolute blast. We've been with the club since, official members since 2015. It's our 10-year anniversary. There have been times where the club was not doing so well, and we were sticking it out with like 7, 8 people, boring times, but we've still stuck it out, and finally we're here. So it's an absolutely overwhelming experience, I should say, honestly.
And it's worth every single second that you all put in, for sure, especially when you think about it, because you've got this moment today. I mean, how many members are part of this supporters club?
We almost have like more than 500 people who generally watches multiple screenings across our city, but for big games we generally have more than 500 people, and officially we have 100 members who are registered, and tonight we are like 16 people who are in the stadium, and 15 of us, it's first time experience for us in the stadium for us. Yeah.
And what an experience to get gifted a shirt as well, because Dennis Irwin, he presented this shirt to you, didn't he? I don't know if you guys can see it. That's going to have to go somewhere special in the supporters club, isn't it? I mean, for something that iconic to be celebrated there, it's even got the 10th anniversary on there to just represent this occasion. this is going to be a special game today for you guys to remember. So you're going to have to give me a score prediction. I will let you discuss it amongst yourself. I won't look. You tell me what that score prediction is going to be, okay? What's going to be?
I'm going for 3-0.
Do you agree?
3-0.
4-0.
Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. I like it. Now, I have heard that your supporters club could be the loudest supporters club we've heard here. Yep. In traditional sense, anytime we interview a supporters club, we have to do the biggest United cheer we've ever heard. Do you reckon you can do that for me?
Yeah.
I'll give you a countdown then. Coming in 3, 2, 1.
Take me home, United Road, to the place I belong, to Old Trafford, to see United. Take me home, United Road.
That was lovely. And all in tune as well, can I just say. That's a good start. Well, have the most perfect day, guys. I really hope you do. Back to you guys.
Yeah, great to see fans travel all over the world to watch Manchester United. And if you can't be at the ground, then thank you for being with us on YouTube or on MUTV, wherever you're watching. We really appreciate your support. And hopefully they'll see a really good game today and some goals. We were just talking a little bit about Igor Thiago being one of the players of the season. He's done ever so well for Brentford up front. Our forwards have done well in patches, haven't they? Šeško's got a few goals this season, probably like more. So too would Brian and Burmo and Ahmad. So it's a big opportunity for them tonight to show what they can do, particularly Brian and Burmo against his old team.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about it. Sometimes you almost try too hard when you're against your former employers. You let the occasion get you a little bit, but hopefully now I think he's so used to Old Trafford. He's such an important member of the attacking unit. I think if he just relaxes a bit tonight, hopefully he'll get chances, because listen, the way both teams I think will probably play a little bit tonight will suit a little bit of counter-attacking, and we know his pace and power will cause Brentford problems, and likewise Ahmed, hopefully he can step up and show that quality again.
He's one of your favourite players, Ahmad, isn't he? So why hasn't he delivered the output which we know he's capable of? He needs more goals than assists. I think it's 3 goals, a couple of assists.
100%, and I'm sure he'll be working on that. And when this season finishes, he'll be working harder again. And sometimes it can happen. You know, he's just got to be confident when he goes into the games, and we know how fast he can be, how he can take players on, how he can make something happen. And it's not quite been as successful as last year, maybe. But at the same time,
it's
we know
he's had a decent season.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
But without the...
Yeah, but we want him to do more.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure he will feel the same. He'll feel he can do more as well. But like I said, sometimes when you have a dip, someone else steps up.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what sort of happened this season, probably to get us to third.
Listen, we want the team. You want the team to be winning the Premier League, and you see the teams that are up the top end of the table. The wide players or the attacking players, the spread of goals, and you kind of see the numbers that you have to get to be winning the league. So that'll be the standards that the boys will be asking for.
I guess when you two were playing at United, Sir Alex would always want a striker on 20 Premier League goals. If you get another one in and around that, those attacking wide players were on at least 10. You want double figures, and then you want a contribution from midfield. So it's not a new thing that the goals are spread around, but we need to get better at that.
Exactly, simple as that, and that's when you get, you know, the levels it takes to be winning the Premier League now, and that's the standard that's going to be required to get back up there.
Okay, yeah, so hopefully 1, perhaps 2, maybe all 3 of them get on the score sheet. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Without Matheus Cunha today, of course, the Brazilian maverick, and we can actually hear from our head coach Michael Carrick now about the game and about the omission.
A great position to qualify for Champions League football. A win tonight would mean you take another huge step towards that as well. So what's the confidence like, especially after that victory against Chelsea?
Yeah, confidence is good. It's a whole different game tonight. I think different challenge, good team, keeps got them going in a really good direction and had a fantastic season. So we're not getting ahead of ourselves. You know, the Chelsea game was really good. There was a lot of good things. It was a huge result for us. But tonight is a fresh one, and we've got to be ready for that.
What kind of challenge are you expecting from Brentford? Because you can see, especially in the last couple of games, they're such a resilient team. So how do you kind of break that down?
They're a really good team in a lot of aspects. I think they can mix it up. They can play in different ways, different styles. They can build up from the back. They can go a little bit more direct. They obviously defend really well as a team and don't give a lot away. You know, there's a lot of good things to look at from them. So again, respect to Keith and his staff for that. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. You know, we're in good shape. We're playing at home. We need a good performance tonight.
Just finally as well on the team news, Harry Maguire's back. How good is it to see him back as well in the starting 11? What can he bring for you? And then Matheus Cunha not involved. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, good to have Harry back. Comes back into the team, I think it's pretty obvious in terms of the type of game as well, if anything. But so it's good to have Harry back. Matheus just after the Chelsea game had a bit of a slight hip flexor, tight hip flexor. So he was all right, getting better through the week, and he just wasn't quite ready. We thought he probably would have been, but he was just a bit too short. So it's nothing major. Hopefully, it seems not to be. So should have him back soon.
Best of luck today. Thank you.
Cheers, thanks.
Thanks, Michael.
There you go, a sore hip flexor for Matheus Cunha, not too serious, and hopefully he'll be back very soon. Just sensible, Wes, to not take any risks at this stage of the season?
Yeah, you don't need to be silly at all. Obviously it's very important for the team, but we do have replacements that can play there. And like I said, we've still got a few games to play, and he obviously has a big tournament in the summer, so you don't want to damage anything going into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you rest him, and we've got players to fill in.
Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah, Matheus Cunha, sore hip flexor. Let's hope it isn't serious and we see him next week, because it's quite a big game next week. Yeah. Liverpool come to Old Trafford, so more on that later. But let's talk about the midfield a bit, Shazy, where Kobbie Mainoo, since he came back into the team, has shown such composure and a maturity beyond his young years. How much do you like watching him play?
Listen, I think the praise he got after the Chelsea game in particular was brilliant to see.
Yeah. Great to see those clips on social media, but the keep ball at the end
everywhere.
When Kobbie was just popping it about, getting it, receiving it,
and I think
really
that
good.
just shows the confidence he's got again, and also, like we mentioned, the fluidity, the midfield three. If I was fortunate, I was a young player coming into a team sometimes, and I might have been playing alongside Keano and Scholesy or whatever it might have been. The next thing, Kobbie's playing alongside Bruno and Casemiro. So when you're playing with those players as well, what confidence that gives you too. So, well, listen, I just hope he can stay fit now the remainder of the season. Hopefully, maybe get a goal or two, maybe a couple of assists, just add a bit more strings to the bow, I think. But listen, what a player he is, and he's going to be a huge player for United going forward, I think, as well.
He certainly is. Yeah, again, we were talking about the whole team contributing on the goal scoring sheet, and Kobbie, we've seen him score some brilliant goals in the past, Wes. It would be good for Kobbie. Can he get a goal or two between now and the end of the season?
Well, listen, I hope he does. Like Shazy said, you know what sort of a player he is. He keeps the ball going, he keeps the team moving, and I think sometimes that's a brilliant thing. He's always on the move, but we know what sort of goals he can score in tricky areas, tight areas around the box. We do a little bit of trickery, all of a sudden he's in. So we know he's got that in his locker.
Yeah.
And listen, he's had a tough season. He's not played a lot of it, and we're just starting to see how good Kobbie can be and how good he can become. But he's definitely got a trick and a goal up his sleeve, and hopefully he gets an opportunity when he's around the box today to sort of show that.
And of course, every week we talk a little bit about Bruno because he's our best player, and it's fun to talk about our best players. And 18 Premier League assists for the Portuguese Magnifico, 2 shy of the record jointly held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, he's in great company already, but if he can just get another 3 to eclipse those 2, what a player. And there's a big debate at the moment about who should be the Premier League player of the season. He is right in the mix.
Oh, listen, rightly so, and I think if he does get that record as well, let's hope he does get it, because he'll fully deserve it, and then he'll fully deserve more than likely all the awards that will come his way on the back of that too. But I think ultimately, he's shown what he sacrifices for the team as always, what he delivers for the team, fitness-wise. Not only he puts his body through the, obviously proper professional, does everything amazingly well, and he's so durable, but then he has that quality to back it up too. So listen, hopefully he'll want team awards, he'll want Manchester United to be winning trophies, but he'll know what the byproduct of that will be. He'll get individual awards as well.
Everyone on YouTube watching believe that he can do it, break the record, and that he should be the player of the season in the Premier League. Would you agree?
Yeah, well, that's what it's about. Listen, I think if he gets that, you've got to sort of push more his favour. I know a lot of people are talking about you need to win something, or you know, you need to be in the mix for other stuff. But listen, we know Bruno, we know he does it week in, week out for years. We know he's been doing that. But I just think this year it's exceptional. You know, he's at times he's the guy that's just got us from the dead when nothing's happening. He'll produce something from us. He'll play a pass, could be a small pass, a free kick, a corner. You know, he'd just think of something and he can do it. So it'd be great for him to be able to sort of get that or go past sort of the 20 assist mark. And if he does, you can't be far away from people saying, you know, putting their hands up and saying, listen, it's got to be Bruno. He's been the best player. It's as simple as that. But obviously it's hard when you're not winning stuff.
Yeah,
and that's the difference.
And he would swap out all the individual honours to win the Premier League with United, wouldn't he?
Exactly.
He wants the big trophies, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wants to be in the mix. And listen, that's what he's shown, and he's hoping by obviously when he signed the contract when he did, that hopefully that he's challenging for trophies, and that's what we hope will be the case from next season on.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a key player, and I guess Kobbie can learn a lot from Casemiro alongside him and Bruno. He can learn about sort of the defensive work a little bit more and read the game, and the anticipation, the interceptions from Casemiro, and the playmaking and creativity from Bruno. Two amazing people Kobbie can learn from.
He's doing it in training every day as well. But listen, it's the games that matters, and I think Kobbie's come on in strength over the last couple of seasons anyway. He's just been unfortunate at the beginning of this season. Didn't really get as much play, but you can see slowly, you know, how good of a player he is, and I'm sure Michael sees that as well, and his confidence is coming really good at a time when we need it now. So listen, you learn off all the senior players all the time, but like you said, you'll be taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then trying to make it your own game. So you know,
some of the dark arts you'll be learning, I'm sure, from Bruno and Casemiro.
100%, and some of like the defending from Casemiro. You watch Casemiro, he just gets himself in some good positions. He knows what exactly he's doing. And yet in his younger years, he wouldn't have been able to just get there. But now you see him, he just stretches sometimes, but he knows where the ball's going. He's very clever, very smart.
He certainly is. Well, we're going to hear from Kobbie in a minute before we say goodbye here pitch side. What are you thinking today, Wes? What's your prediction?
So I've gone 2-0.
2-0?
Yeah, I'm going 2-1. 2-1 Man United.
2-1, but both of our former Reds here saying United will get the 3 points, so that would be huge, wouldn't it? Well, we've spoken a lot about Kobbie. We're going to hear from the England midfielder next on his matchday routine. Good luck to the Reds. We'll then hand to you commentators, and we'll be back at half-time. See you in a minute.
It's a lot of whatever I'm listening to at the moment. Right now, a lot of Jay-Z, Freddie Gibbs. Let me think. Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, a mix of things. Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, stuff like that. Yeah, I sit in between Manu Ugate's on my left and then Ahmad's on my right. I think it was Ahmad, then Hayden, then Lenny. No, I'm not very superstitious, to be honest. So, like, I try and stray away from it, because sometimes, even if you're not superstitious, sometimes it'll seep in. Like, if you've done this so many times, if I've done something on a match day so many times in a row, I think maybe I should just change it, just to kick any sort of whiff of superstition out the door. So. Just say you can just feel the energy, like you can touch the energy, like feels like the whole place is vibrating. Yeah, it's a euphoric feeling, I'd say. Like there's nothing else like it than 70,000+ people screaming and shouting for you to go and to win this game. You're walking out with your teammates, your mates. I say it's a feeling that's hard to describe. Can't really recreate it. I just try and chill, just try and get some energy back, you know, because first half it's Premier League, so games start fast. So just trying to get some air back into the lungs and just relax, you know. So just come back down to level again. And if it's rain, it might be change my kit and stuff. But yeah, just try and chill. After we've won, usually my brother will pick me up with my cousin or something, and if we've won, obviously, then they'll be happy. Maybe go get some food or something, Nando's, Wingstop, just anything. It's a bit of a cheat meal after a game, it's a cheat meal, you know. I'd say when the whistle blew in the FA Cup final, I'd say that was a pretty amazing moment. Obviously that last 20 minutes was tough because they brought it back to 2-1 and the pressure was on quite a lot, and it was just like survive. We watched the clock going down and piling the pressure on us, but it's just like survive. Every 5 minutes looking up at the clock, it's going so slow, you know. But when that whistle finally went, I just remember knackered, dropping to my knees and pause, and that's the one moment I'd say I'd relive.
Thanks, guys. So I am in the director's box. Joining me is former NFL player Greg Joseph here. You've played for a few different teams, you know it so well, but one thing that people might not know is that you are a huge Manchester United fan. You've been here quite a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been lucky to be here a couple times. I think I've been every year except COVID year since 2018. There's no stadium in the world that makes me feel quite as home as Old Trafford. It's chills and shivers every time I walk out, and I don't think it'll ever go away.
And with that in mind, you must know a lot about this team then. Which is your favourite player and why?
I think right now, the easy answer is Bruno. But I love the way Kobbie handled adversity throughout the early part of the year, and now we're seeing that blossom. So I hope he's here for a long, long time to stay. And I love the rejuvenation Cunha's brought to the team. It's that free-flowing spirit and just, a fun player to watch.
There's excitement from all angles of the pitch, and you'll know exactly what it's like overseas for fans being part of Manchester United and trying to follow the club, and you've kind of been doing it yourself. You're here for today's game, you're also here for the Liverpool game, and there's a lot of dedication that goes into it. Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people will go see games, and then, the games are secondary to the European travel. I base my European travel around Man United, which has taken me to Barcelona. I was at the Europa League away leg and the home leg. I've been lucky enough to see a Champions League night here against Atletico a couple of years ago. So no, it's a true pleasure. It literally is the best place on earth it's my home away from home, literally.
I feel like that's exactly what Manchester United wants to hear, that it is your home for sure. What better home than the Theatre of Dreams, right?
There's literally none. I've been lucky to play in a bunch of stadiums. I was in a Super Bowl. Every single game at the Theatre of Dreams trumps that, and trumps every NFL game, in my opinion, by 100 miles.
I'll take that, because I won't feel like I'm missing out then when I'm not at Super Bowl in the future.
The fact that you get to be here weekly or bi-weekly, you're doing okay. It's much better. And
doing all right, to be fair. But with the NFL season nearly upon us, I have to ask you, who are the teams that we need to be looking out for, to any Reds that are NFL fans out there?
Yeah. I think it's really hard to discount what Seattle just did, and they're returning a lot of their players. But I like Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's a brilliant talent. He's a leader. I don't know him personally. I've heard nothing but good things, so I think Buffalo is always a team to watch.
Well, there we go then. So, you've heard it here first. Thank you so much for joining us. Have the most perfect day at the Theatre of Dreams.
Of course, I appreciate it. Looking forward to a win. Looking forward to being back here Sunday for a massive match, especially as it comes to European qualification. And like I said, it's just brilliant to be here, and to think, because Beckham was my hero growing up. Ever since the class of '92, this has been it for me. So the fact that you guys open your arms to me, and I get to do this at a club like this, I'm a kid in a candy store. I cannot be more thankful.
Amazing. That's a perfect answer as well, and some great people to look up to, that's for sure. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All I heard there was that coming to Old Trafford is better than a Super Bowl, and I'm absolutely down for it. Lovely to hear from Greg Joseph. Ben, we are maybe, 12 minutes away from kickoff here at the Theatre of Dreams. The weather has cleared up a little bit. It's actually going to be a lovely night for football. Not too warm. Pitch will be nice and slick from the rain that we've had a little bit earlier, and it's sort of tested sort of the kind of conditions that you want if you want to play a bit of football this evening.
Yeah, there's going to be like you say, a slickness to the surface with the rain that we've had and the fact that it's being watered now. I just think that is the way Manchester United should approach this game. They're always going to be cautious about the fact that the goals that they conceded down at Brentford, but I just think that United are so much more in control when they're attacking teams, and they're really good at holding on to leads and taking the lead, and that's what we need to do against Brentford this evening, I'm sure.
It's one of those, isn't it, that if we look back on that game at the G-Tech earlier this season, United playing in a back three or a back five, depending on whether they were in possession or out of possession, it's been very different since Michael Carrick took over. They've taken more points than anybody else in the Premier League since he took over, but they're also much more compact coming through midfield.
Yeah, they are. They have been so good to watch this season. They really have. Obviously, the latter half of the season has been better since the introduction of Michael Carrick and the slight tweaking of the system, which just makes everybody so much more aware of their jobs and their roles on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely the case, and we hope that Manchester United come out absolutely flying from the traps, get an early goal and give themselves the best possible chance of taking 3 points. Let's hear from the Manchester United man of the moment. He could well go on to break the Premier League record for assists this season. Here's Bruno Fernandes.
There's been some big moments, big pressure for Man United this season, but you continue to be the player that fans look to in those decisive situations. How do you embrace the responsibility when the game's on the line?
I don't really think about it. I just go to the game, try to do my best to help my teammates, my team to get results. And at the end of the day, I think that's the most important thing. The pressure is about playing for Manchester United will always be there.
Your role as captain, it's not just about your own performance, but setting the standard for everyone around you. How do you manage the balance between leading emotionally and staying focused on your own game?
It's difficult, probably the most difficult part of my game, because I'm a very emotional player and I show what I feel and I don't hide from that. But obviously I have to try to lead in the best way as possible, but at the same time sometimes I need to be a little bit more hard on them, let's say, and try to get the best out of them, because at the end of the day everything I want is them to succeed, because that's the only way I will be able to help them and them to help me, to help the club to succeed.
United's attacking play often flows through you, creating chances, switching play or finding that final pass. When you receive the ball in advanced areas, what are you looking for first?
My teammates. I try the most to read them, but normally it goes well, sometimes not as much, but obviously I try always to understand what the game needs, if it needs to be speed up, if it needs to be slow it down. But obviously for the position I play, for the qualities I have as a player, is more to serve the ones that play in front of me, to try to make them in the best position that they can make their qualities come and shine for us.
Well, you've got a lot of experience with club and country. How did those experiences shape your mentality in high-pressure situations in the Premier League?
I don't know. I've never think a lot about that. I think obviously with the experience, with playing more games and being more exposed to certain situations, you get more used to that. But I think the pressure will always be there. There's certain moments that you could try to make yourself looking as strong as you want, but you will always feel the pressure. You will always feel in a moment there you want to do something, but you're not sure is the right one. But for me, the first thinking is always the best one, and I always try to go for that one.
Man United's got one of the biggest fan bases globally, especially across Asia. When you step onto the pitch, knowing millions of fans are watching, does that add extra motivation?
No, I think obviously we know playing for this club is playing for a worldwide club, knowing everywhere you go. So you know the responsibility of playing for this club, how much the fans are passionate about us everywhere, because we've been in many tours. I'm 6 years now, so I've been in many places, so I know how passionate they are. And so
I don't think that adds something else, but when you come to the club, you straight away you understand how much it means for every fan out there.
Fans often talk about your passion, your intensity on the pitch. How do you channel that emotion into positive performances to help the team?
No, as I said, it's the most difficult part of my game. Again, like trying to control the emotions, I think is the most difficult thing that as a person you have to do. And obviously when you have to think so quick and have to make decisions in a split second, it makes it more difficult. But I just try to enjoy the game as I was enjoying when I was a kid. If I was playing in the garden with my friends, with my brother, whatever it was, just trying to win. I'm very competitive and I want to win in every match, and every time I'm included in something that I have someone to beat, I will try my best to get away and get a win from that.
Premier League fans in Thailand, they're incredibly passionate and many stay up really late to watch matches live. What message would you send to those fans supporting Man United from afar?
Oh, that I really appreciate all the efforts they do to see us, how much they support us, how much they do to be able to watch our games and try to give some energy to us. So I really appreciate that, and we will keep doing the best we can to give them some joy while they're waking up for so late.
Always good to hear from the Portuguese Magnifico, Bruno Fernandes. How important has he been over the course of this season? Before we go any further, we are now saying goodbye to those of you that are watching and listening on YouTube. Teams are in the tunnel. They'll be heading out very shortly. If you would like to continue to listen to our coverage of the game, you will need to switch over to the Manchester United app right now if you would like to hear the radio commentary with myself and Ben Thornley. Teams are in the tunnel. They are getting ready to go. Brian Mbeumo saying hello to his former teammates, and something else that we haven't really touched on over the course of the build-up between you and I, Ben,